What's going on, guys? Nemo What Is here. Last part I said I was doing part four, I think. With part three, I made a mistake. It was actually I was supposed to say part three with part two. Sorry about that. So, let's get into it. Last time we left off, I think I left off where Izuku saved those kids. I did not elaborate on how he saved the kids exactly, and Melissa and Dave. I apologize about that. When I did it on Friday, I was not feeling it. I was not feeling okay. All right, I did not want to do it. I just did it because I was bored. So, all right, let me elaborate on how he saved the kids. But first, I'm going to be explaining Izuku and my power. So yeah, first I'm gonna explain my power. Basically, you already know I'm God of existence. Basically, God of existence. I'm basically existence itself. So, my power is called Power of the Word, and Power of the Word. So, Power of the Word works like this: anything I say goes. So, basically, if I say I want somebody dead and bring them back to life afterwards, it will happen. But I do not use that power often because, well, I don't want to use the power often, and I don't interfere with life as it is in existence. I don't interfere with it unless I have to or I feel like I should. So, yeah. Now I'll be explaining Izuku's power. Izuku's power is like mine, but instead of words, it happens with the mind, so anything he thinks of will happen. So, basically, if he says, I want Bakugo Katsuki, Ida Tenya, Ochaka Uraraka, and Toshinori Yaga to die and be brought back to life instantly, it will happen. And Izuku actually did that, actually. He killed those four. Well, not killed exactly. He did many different things to them, but we won't be talking about that for now. First, we'll be talking about how he saved the kids. First, for the kids, first we're gonna start with Melissa and Dave, which were the first people he actually saved. Apart from the USJ, which was where he got betrayed, we're not gonna be talking about that. So yeah, let's start with Melissa and Dave. So Izuku, when Dave got captured, he was actually there, but he didn't make it in time, so they got into the helicopter. Izuku, he put a barrier around Dave, not while he was at the party or anything. He was not at the party. He was just floating around Earth and just watching everything. So yeah, he just happened to be on Island when it happened. Crazy coincidence, isn't it? Yeah, I know. So this isn't a part of Izuku's power per se. It's actually his eyes. His eyes changed. They're like my eyes, but they're not as powerful as my eyes. His eyes allow him to see anything that happens inside of those 10 multiverses, which is the My Hero Academia multiverses. So Izuku, his eyes, they also have purgatory. They have heaven and hell, so he can see anything that happens in hell, heaven, and on purgatory in those 10 multiverses. So basically, here's how his eyes look. If there's an artist, please try to draw this. I know you won't be able to get the shade of black right for his eyes, but it's alright because this is like a black that can't be replicated. So, Izuku's eyes, alright. His eyes are like regular eyes. They have white on the outside and the pupils, they're pitch black. They're not like the type of black you're thinking of, no. They are phantom black. Phantom black is the type of black you see inside of a black hole. So, yeah. So, in that black hole, you see a little star, a four-headed star to be exact. On the top of that star, you see heaven. In the middle, you see purgatory, which is just a mountain. And if you're wondering what purgatory is basically the place of redemption to get into heaven. And as a matter of fact, purgatory is on Earth. Actually, it's on Earth. Purgatory is on Earth. I just can't locate it right now. So yeah, actually, let's see. Hold up. Yeah. So let's find out where purgatory is located for you guys. Purgatory is actually on Earth. It's a literal place. Purgatory is basically a mountain, but yeah, purgatory. I'm not talking about some liquor bar. Hell no. Hold Basically, you see where Purgatory Mountain is. If you want to do anything with it, just do it. I don't really care what you do with it. It's not really my idea. It's actually my. So yeah. So he has Purgatory, a place of redemption for any hell spawn or shit like that. So yeah. Um, I don't really know the order of Purgatory, but I think but I only know like the top and bottom one. The bottom one is Wrath. I know it starts with Wrath, and the top one is either Greed or Sloth. It's either one of those or Envy. Yeah. So yeah, if there's an artist, please try to draw this. Izuku's hair is not like that, like in the picture. His hair is much longer. His hair in that picture, from the top to the bottom, it looks like 4 inches, right? I think 4 or 6 inches. It's either between those. So yeah, but his hair is actually 12 inches. Again with the artist thing, I actually tried to look this up on Google and I couldn't find this. It's the style of his hair. Oh wow. So Izuku, his hair is I actually like the design I actually imagined for it. I was actually gonna put the design for the wolves, but I put this design for his hair instead since I no not wolves the kitsunes. So I decided to change it. His hair basically Izuku he has 3 colors of hair: green, white, and black. He can change his hair to any one of those colors or any other color, but he mostly prefers those 3 colors. Why? Because he just does. So yeah. So when Izuku's hair is green, there will be a line of diamonds that are black going down the middle all the way down. When it reaches the white, the diamonds will turn light blue, and when it reaches to the black, the diamonds will turn red. So Izuku, his hair is basically like that. It works like that. So yeah. His hair don't really symbolize anything. It just symbolizes like how he want. It just symbolizes how he wants the hairstyle to be. So yeah, it doesn't symbolize like his emotions or anything like that. No. What symbolizes his emotions are actually his eye color. It's gonna be between. Well, I can't really say Izuku has emotions per se because he's emotionless. It's not really an emotion. It's a feeling. It's a feeling where you don't have emotion to be exact. So yeah, because remember in the last part I said Izuku he is emotionally broken due to the fact that his mother died and he wasn't there to be with her in her last moments because he was too busy dying. And the ones he blames for it is himself, but not as much as he blames All Might, Ochako Uraraka, Katsuki Bakugo, and Tenya Ida. So yeah, that happened. Um. Oh, we're at 8 minutes. All right, that's nice. So yeah, let's get on to the next part. So we cut back to Izuku. He is currently flying around Earth. So yeah, he is currently flying around Earth, and he happens to see an island, and he goes to that island. He sees that island has a lot of high tech, but not as much tech that is in his home because his home is an upgraded version of this world exactly. And so yeah, so Izuku he goes to the island. He starts walking, no, floating around to be exact. And he is in ghost mode. So if you know, there is a student in My Hero Academia with the quirk Poltergeist that allows her to be a ghost. Izuku, he is different because people can still see her when she is in her poltergeist form, but Izuku, no one can see her and he can pass through anything. This one, he is just floating around in his poltergeist mode, seeing things around, and he happens to be he sees the girls and shit like that. He sees Bakugo, Ida, and Uraka, and at that moment, he thinks to himself, "I want them dead for an hour," and no. I want them to be between life and death for an hour, and then bring them, and then kill them for 10 seconds and bring them back to life. And that happens, and he finds All Might. He straight up kills All Might. I'm just gonna say this now. He kills All Might and then brings him back like 5 minutes later. So yeah, Dave, he thought that All Might's heart stopped beating. No, it was Izuku. So yeah, All Might thinks is somebody that hates him, and he is correct about that. He is absolutely correct. So yeah, so that happens, and he hears about the party from Melissa. Who was talking to the girls, like not Uraraka, the other ones, the ones that he actually, well, he's going to be shipped with. Oh, and this one, most people make Izuku a top. Like, I understand you want to make him top, but like, bear in mind here, he's depressed. See, when Izuku Midoriya is depressed, he can't think for himself. In some forms, he can't think for himself. So, everybody has to do the work for him. So, yeah. So, while this is happening, Izuku Midoriya is depressed like fire. He is beyond depressed. So, yeah. So, Izuku, he can't think for himself. He's gonna be a bottom for this, alright? He's gonna be a bottom for this because, well, I'm gonna make it so that he gets raped by his whole harem. So yeah, I'm an asshole. But to be honest, the thing is, I actually like it when like there's a depressed person like in a relationship because, well, they can't really think for himself. Most depressed people, if you understand what I mean. But like, we're not talking about that for now. So he learns about the party. He goes to the party and stuff like that. He sees the people get captured. Izuku, he can't get captured because, well, he's in his ghost form and shit like that. Anything goes through him unless he wants to touch somebody. So he doesn't touch anybody, like, absolutely. But he does get pissed when Melissa gets hit by that fucking crackhead. As a matter of fact, he nearly kills him because he hit Melissa. So, yeah. He is on another level of security towards females. Well, at least the ones that trusted him. See, it's not that he knows that Melissa trusted him. Melissa didn't know about him, to be exact. All Might didn't say anything about him. He lied. All Might lied to her and Dave and said that Katsuki Bakugo was the ninth user. And Izuku watching this, he was actually really pissed. Not pissed to the point where, you know what, I'ma kill All Might right now. Nah, not that type of pissed. So yeah, he's pissed, but not like super pissed to the point where, oh, I want to kill All Might now. Nah, he's not that type of pissed. If he was, that would kind of be messed up on my part. So yeah, let's not do that. So Izuku Midori is having the time of his life, like for real, like time of his life. And you get it, you probably get it, right? Yeah, you probably get it. So yeah, sorry, all right. So let me explain how he saves Dave. Like I said, he put a barrier around Dave, and he did it because of his eyes. His eyes allow him to see anything that happens in those multiverses. So yeah, Izuku Midoriya, he is currently kicking the living doo doo out of those villains. He is kicking the living doo doo out those villains because, well, they're fucking villains. So that's happening. So yeah, and nobody really. Well, Melissa sees this. She sees this. She's wondering, who is he, or like, what is he to be exact. But no one fucking cared. But no one was there to see it. So he saves Melissa. He saves Melissa. He saves Dave, and he walks over to Melissa and says, please do not tell anyone other than these people what you saw today. Well, the fact that you saw me. Don't tell these people. Don't tell All Might, Katsuki Bakugo, Ochako Uraraka, or Ida Tenya. And she obliges because, well, she saw Izuku's power and knows that if she doesn't, Izuku will probably kill her within the blink of an eye. And she was right. So yeah. And he also tells her, tell these girls, well, you know the girls, Riku Riku, Kendo, and Riku and Kendo weren't there. So yeah, like I said in the last part, if you want Melissa to be in the ship, in the harem, sure. I'm not gonna lie, I actually want to put Hot May in it, but I'm kind of like self-conscious about it. Because, well, I feel like she's gonna try to hog like all the space of Izuku and stuff like that. Well, because of his body now. Because of his body. Well, not for sexual purposes, no. Because of like her babies and stuff like that. Yeah, you probably get it. You get the gist. I won't explain it. You get the gist. You probably get the gist already. So yeah, that happens. So yeah. So we won't be explaining that. And yes, that happens. So Izuku Midoriya is having the time of his life. He's playing with the kid and playing with himself. No, not himself, not like that. Oof. I'm terrible with words. I don't talk to people much. So yeah. So Izuku, he's currently making friends. Well, making a lot of them at that. So yeah. So Izuku, he is making a lot of friends. So yeah, that happened. And yeah. Next, we'll be moving on to Coda. Wait, yeah, Coda, I think. Yeah, it's Coda. So, Izuku, he's not flying around this time. He was actually in his sleep, and he just saw Coda. So, he went down to Earth. He saw Coda. He said, "Hey, kid, what are you doing?" Coda says, "Who the hell are you? What do you want from me?" And Izuku says, "Sorry, kid, I asked the question first, so you gotta, like, answer my question. Like, I'm not trying to hurt you, but, like, I need answers, bro." So he gets his answers and shit like that. Izuku gets his answers. So yeah, you know, you know. You don't know. Well, too bad. So sad. It's not my problem, is it now? I'm a terrible person, aren't I? Yes, I am. But we will not be talking about that, will we? Alrighty then. So Izuku, he is currently he wakes up. He is startled and wakes up, and he goes to Earth and sees Koda sitting there because he saw the future. It's not the inevitable future. This ain't no Thanos shit. No, he just saw the future. So yeah, he's going. He goes to Earth. He sits next to Koda and says, "Kid, tell me what happened." And Koda starts explaining stuff like that. Izuku, he has no emotion whatsoever. It's not that he doesn't care. He obviously cares about Koda, but he knows if he shows any emotions whatsoever, he will probably kill somebody. Like, kill somebody. Like, for real, for real. He will kill somebody. So, that happens. So, yeah, that happens. So, he does that. And he's having fun. He's having fun. He feels happy after saving Koda after Muscular came. Muscular thought that he could just body through, well, Izuku. But sadly to him, he made the wrong choice of his life. And that was to punch Izuku. Not because he has a barrier around him. No, he does have a barrier, but that is not why. It's Izuku's body, to be exact. Not in that context. Don't think no weird shit. Don't think no weird stuff. All right. I'm not thinking of weird stuff. We're not thinking of weird stuff here. You don't think of weird stuff. I don't think of weird stuff. Okay. So yeah, Izuku. He he has a unique body, to be exact, or per se. Yeah, a unique body. His body is unique. Yes, it is very unique. See, his body has, well, this, well, since he had Izuku's body, he make, alright, Izuku's body is basically called this. No, in cultivation and shit like that, you have like different bodies. They're tougher. Izuku, his body is not like that. Like it's not like those cultivations. His body is shock absorption. His body is shock absorbent. It can absorb shock basically, but not the way you think. See, it's not like Fat Gum's body. It's not like he can absorb the shock and then release it. No, he can. All right, Izuku's body is based off of space, to be exact. So any damage he takes, it is stored in a space, and he can release it. Not like some air or some shit. No, it's like an invisible force just hitting you. It's basically like the world from Dios, but with the body taking the damage and shit like that. So yeah. You probably get the gist, and I don't want to explain it anymore. I feel uncomfortable explaining it, really. Okay, so Izuku, he's doing that, and yeah. So, yeah, I explained his body. Next is to do other things. So, alright. If you heard any noise, I'm well, not me per se. My grandparents. Yes, my grandparents. And don't say, why aren't you helping them? Well, because, well, it's not really that much of a big deal. Alright, so yeah. So, Izuku, he's chill, he's peachy at the moment, and doesn't really care about anything. He's just relaxing. And then he has another vision about well, not vision to be exact. He's just sitting on a building, some shit like that. He's just sitting on a building in Tokyo, and he sees Eri walking with this man, and she's wearing bandages. Izuku, he uses his eyes to see through the bandages. Yes, his eyes has that ability. Like I said, his eyes can see through anything in the Boku no Hero um multiverses. So yeah. So if there's anything inside the Boku no Hero multiverses, he will be able to see it with no problem. It's basically his domain, so any god apart from me that goes in there, they will have a hard time fighting Mizuku or even beating the shit out of him. Apart from me, I'm the only one that could probably beat his shit in an actual fight in his domain, and apart from the goddess of the universe. So yeah, that's up. So yeah, yeah, yes. I notice I'm saying yeah a lot. That's cause like I'm having a hard time thinking, and I'm kind of distracted at the same time. I'm doing other things than making the video right now. It's not like I'm not feeling the video. I'm actually feeling it. I was actually excited for this because like, see, every time I go to sleep, I don't go to sleep right away. Like I be falling asleep like at 1 or 2. That's actually that's because I'm actually thinking of like what to post for you guys, cause like I've been getting like no, not messages, comments saying, oh, part this, do part what, do part 2, part 3, and stuff like that. So yeah, actually I actually plan on making a new series. That series is what if Issei was betrayed. And yeah, I'm gonna explain it real quick. I'm not doing it like how they all betray him. Nah, cause like if you actually looked at at the anime, you notice that Rias actually like genuinely loves him. So I'm gonna make it so that Rias, no, nah, the school's gonna betray him. Well, some part of actually everybody apart from Konako, Rias, yeah, Asia. You know what? Basically, the whole group. Yeah, the whole group. Yeah, the whole group. Yeah, his whole group. Yeah, they don't betray him. Everybody else betrays him though, except for Az and Michael and shit. I'm fucking slow. Reese's older brother. Yeah, they don't betray him, but everybody else betrays him. They say he's too perverted and stuff like that, but There's gonna be a twist. He doesn't. He goes to the void. Yeah, he still goes to the void, but he doesn't meet Big Red. That's all I'm gonna say. He doesn't meet Big Red. So yeah, I'm gonna wait until the series comes out, and I'm gonna tell you how it goes. So yeah, so Izuku he goes to the two twins. He goes to the two twins, and he sees Nine holding the girl by the neck. He takes Nine by the head. He grabs Nine by the head. He legit grabs Nine by the head from behind, and crushes his head. He erases the kids' memories of Nine having his head crushed and tells them to tell these people, well, no, tell Aizawa, basically, yes. Tell Aizawa, yeah. They tell Aizawa. And for the Eerie thing, actually, he made Eerie walk to Yue. I know that's kind of a bad thing to do, knowing that she's like a kid, like what, 4 or 5, yeah. But here's the thing, Izuku he put a barrier around her, around her to protect her from any bad guys like Overhaul's gang. Actually, he slaughtered Overhaul's gang. Um, yes, Overhaul's gang got slaughtered because well, they're villains. So yeah, he still wants to be a hero, but he doesn't like All Might, basically. So yeah, he slaughters Overhaul's gang, and there's no more Overhaul's gang. There's no more Chisaki, and yeah. So Sir Night Eye is wondering who the hell saved those kids. Well, yeah, everybody's been hearing about a mysterious person saving kids, but they don't know what he looks like to be exact. So yeah, like I said in the last part, they get their evidence from All for One. All for One, yeah, the All for One arc. If you didn't pay attention, but like, let me elaborate. So it's basically while All Might is fighting All for One. All for One starts laughing out of nowhere, like nowhere, and All Might's wondering what the hell? Why is he laughing? And he says, All for One, why are you laughing? All for One says, my bad, All Might. You want to know what I just realized? And All Might says, what? You remember that student, Izuku Midoriya? Let me tell you something. And All Might says, what? That he was working for you? All for One. Not even close, All Might. And All Might says, what? What do you mean? He was never working with me to begin with. Now, let me tell you what actually happened. See, there is this person in my group, to be exact. He has the power to make copies of anyone knowing their measurements. And the funny thing is, he works at a tailor store, which Izuku Midoriya happened to go to on the day he got framed. And All Might's hearing this. He still doesn't get the point, being, well, All Might, he's a dumbass in this shit. No, I actually read something today on Google, and it said that All Might is actually one of the smartest people. I was so confused. I was like, what the hell? They said that All Might was smarter than Izuku Midoriya. I was like, bullshit. First thing that came to mind, bullshit. Hell no. All Might ain't smarter than Izuku Midoriya. Them motherfucker. Nah, you wanna know what they said? They said Aizawa. Nah, they put Aizawa as dead last, like the dumbest hero. Like the fuck, bro? You Ed. So yeah, but like, let's not talk about that for now. So Izuku, he saves the twins. He tells them to tell Aizawa this and that. Aizawa hearing this, he starts crying and says so he is alive and stuff like that. But he doesn't tell Midnight, because this is gonna be a really dramatic part. I'm enjoying myself doing this, bro. I am enjoying myself. Like I am really happy. In this part, I'm actually doing part four in it. I'm actually doing part four with this. Like legitimately, I'm not lying to y'all. I'm not getting y'all hopes up. I am actually get y'all hopes up. I'm legit doing part four in this. All right. I'm telling you when part four is about to start. I am dead ass gonna tell you when part four is about to start. Like I am not holding back on y'all right now, bro. I am legit feeling real happy today, and I'm feeling it, bro. All right. So here's the thing. All right. This is gonna be like the end of part three, and then I'm gonna get into part four. Like part four is gonna be really exciting. Oh, that's where he meets the first three. three people in his ship. Like I like I said, his ship is Momo, Jiro, Mina, Hagakure, Asui, probably May, probably Melissa, Mirko, Ryuku, and Mount Lady. So yeah. I want you to guess like right now which three he's gonna meet first, even though I'm gonna be saying it like in a few minutes or so. I'm not gonna take like an hour, even though I like have like 4 hours to spare. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna like make this long. Well, probably it's gonna be long. Of course, it's gonna be long because well, I'm telling you a story like that came up to mind. So yeah, if I actually end up finishing this, like in like the next like 4 or 5, no, 1 or 2 weeks, I'll start with the what if Issei was betrayed, and then I'll probably do what if Deku was cheated on or something like that. But actually, one I actually wanted to do is an on Attack on Titans one. It's what if Eren was betrayed. And I know we all started watching like season 4. I'm not doing him joining Marley for shit like or shit like that. Nah, I'm not doing him. I'm not making him join Marley. No, never. I'm not making him join Marley. It's not that I hate the Marleyans. Nah, I actually don't hate the Marleyans. I'm cool with the Marleyans. I don't hate him. I don't hate them in any sort of way. So yeah. All right. So Izuku. All right. This is before mid. Actually, let's go back to the All for One fight. So Izuku Midoriya. He was at the All for One fight, like up close, like really close in the All for One fight. Like he was not that far away from All Might in All for One. He was legitimately like the closest person to him. Like apart from Gran Torino and Endeavor, he was the third closest. He was literally on the edge just watching them fight. And from a distance, actually, since Bakugo got kidnapped, All for One didn't take one for all from Bakugo because, well, he wasn't there when Bakugo was with the lead, and Bakugo already escaped. So, yeah, you probably get it. So, yeah, that happens. So Bakugo, he's feeling like complete doo doo. And Melissa and Dave watching this on the news, and they hear about Izuku being All Might's successor and shit like that, and they're like, "What's Izuku? Who's that? I only heard about Bakugo." And Melissa, she remembers about what happened with Izuku, and she remembers him clearly saying, "Don't tell All Might," and she's thinking, maybe he's Izuku. And she is completely right. She has big brains. Ha 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 ha. Oh, look at that. Daddy's work paid off. Big ass brains. Damn. So yeah, that's happening. So yeah, that's happening and shit like that. Izuku, he's having the time of his life. He's bullying people. So yeah. Well, not technically bullying them. He's been bullying all my Bakugo, Ida, and Ochako and stuff like that by making them die and then resurrecting them in their own body. So yeah, and they're starting to wonder: is this like a natural phenomenon for a few minutes for now? And then like it suddenly stops like a whole month after. And like what? I was expecting it today. What? Like he legit does it when they're not expecting it. So like they're on guard almost every day, and then like Izuku, he just doesn't do it for like a whole week, and then like the next week they're gonna be thinking, "Oh, it's not happening today," and it happens. Like, like he catches them off guard every time. And, like that's how much he hates them. So yeah, now we get to where he meets Midnight. Oh yes. Wait. Yeah. All my no. Off one fight. Oof. I can't keep track of anything, bro. So Momo, she made a pair of binoculars. She saw Izuku's figure. She didn't see Izuku herself. She saw his figure just standing there, and she's wondering who is that, and he's too close to the edge. Izuku, he doesn't really care if he's too close to the edge, because, well, nothing can fucking hurt this dude. This man is God. And you expect to hurt a god with your weak ass attacks? Like, are you smoking the right things? Like, did you take the wrong medicine or some shit? Like, what medicine is you taking? Who ain't give you the right medicine and stuff like that? So yeah, that happened, and Mizuku, he's cool with it and shit like that. So he's like, okay, alright, I'm cool. So after like staying there for like a few minutes and then seeing Momo noticed him, this nigga was like, alright, my time here, my work here is done. Goodbye. And then he goes back to Pluto and stuff like that. He starts playing with his Nine Tails Kitsune and stuff like that. So now it's time for where he meets Midnight. He meets Midnight at midnight. I'm dead ass. He meets Midnight at midnight. No pun intended. No pun intended. Like he dead ass meets Midnight at midnight. You could laugh if you want. It's pun intended, but not pun intended at the same time. So yeah. So it's on New Year's too. Oh wow, I really have good timing with these things. Yeah, I organized this like perfectly. Like I've been thinking about how he meets Midnight for the past 5 days. I was like, shit. When he meets Midnight, bro, that shit gotta be dramatic and shit like that. So I was like, I bet, perfect. So yeah, let me tell you what I came up with. So Midnight, she hasn't ever since Izuku was proclaimed dead. She went to Nezu and says, "Can I take a leave of absence and for a year?" And Nezu understanding her feelings since Izuku was one of the only people was like the only student that accepted her without seeing her as like the rated R hero like class 1A did, like shit like that. Yeah, in the anime they actually like saw her as the rated R hero. Like the rated R heroes are his teacher and shit like that. They never I never like Izuku was probably like the only like Izuku is the only person that's like on a name like that could be on a only name basis. Like he thinks of her as the rated R hero, but he also thinks of her as a teacher. The class they only think of her as a teacher. All right. So yeah. So so yeah. So she dips from UA. She hasn't gone for a year. She does not watch the news, so she doesn't know about like All for One and shit like that. So she just so yeah. She doesn't care about All Might because well, she knows All Might is probably one of the reasons why Izuku's fucking dead. And she's certain about it too. She is positive that All Might is one of the fucking reasons that Izuku is fucking dead. And she is sticking to her beliefs. Like the proudest shit has happened to her that has happened in a year. Like the fuck, bro. So yeah. So Izuku, he is currently out of orbit. Like I'm dead as he's currently out of orbit. He is not in orbit right now. He is out of orbit. Yes, he is out of orbit. So yeah, that's happening. Izuku, he goes like Midnight starts chasing him like an hour earlier, and then Izuku he gets there like at like 30 minutes later, like when they get to the forest, and he's like I said before. I don't think I said this before, but Izuku he likes looking at the moon. He is moon bathing he's moon bathing basically. He's moon bathing. Yes, we come up with the word sunbathing for animals. Izuku he is moon bathing. He is basking in the moonlight. He doesn't like the sun actually. He has a rag over his eyes, which is actually the dragon of life and no, not life and death, actuality and fiction. So yeah, Izuku, he he is currently he currently has shit over his he currently has that over his eyes. So he always has them over his eyes. He never really uncovers his eyes because if he does, he because if anyone looks into his eyes, they will die and stuff like that. So yeah, that happened. So Izuku, he's being Izuku and so forth. You probably get the gist of what Izuku does. So he's basking in the moonlight, just looking at the moon, just staring into the moon, basically. So yeah, he's basically staring into the moon because, well, he has nothing better to do and he likes looking at the moon. So, oh, damn. You never know what's tired. So, he looks at the villain. No, looks at the villain. The villain actually goes to where Izuku is, finds Izuku like when it's like 12:45. Yeah, 12:45. Well, not 12. Yeah, 12:45. 12:45. And he says, "Hey kid, if you don't move, if you don't get out of here, I'm gonna fucking kill you." Izuku, he turns around and he's wondering, who the hell is this man? I did nothing to him. Why is he coming after me? Why is he targeting me for no reason? And he says, "Alright, I don't care. I'm not moving from this place though." And then the man goes to grab Izuku. Izuku, he kills him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just kills him. Because Izuku, he likes bathing in the moon. He likes basking in the moonlight and shit like that. He likes basking in the moonlight a lot, so he feels like that shit's like important to him. And he murders the nigga. Nigga got murdered. He caused the murder. So yeah. So it's 45, right? 45. All right. So 13 minutes later, 58, right? All right, it's 58. Midnight gets there. Midnight. Yes, I'm talking about midnight. Not the time midnight, the person midnight. You should probably know who I'm talking about now. So yeah. Midnight gets there. She is catching her breath for a whole 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yes, she's there for like catching her breath for a whole 1:30 and 30 seconds, and she looks around for like no for 10 seconds. Then she looks at the villain for a whole 5 seconds, and then 5 seconds later she turns and she sees Izuku, and she starts crying, and she says, "Is Izuku?" And Izuku, he is doing the slow mo turn. He is turning around slow motion style, bro. I'm telling you this now. He is in his white fox ear. He has white hair right now. No, he has green hair right now. Yeah, his hair is like how I described it before, green with white and black. So yeah, his hair looks like that. He doesn't have the fox ears like I mentioned right now, because well, he doesn't like to put it on often because he doesn't like people seeing him. So yeah, if I didn't say this before, if you saw his pets, one of his pets had like three flames around them. Izuku has it too, but like for him, the flames are one of them is purple, one of them is red, one of them is blue. And yeah, instead of them just being flames, they're actually suns. They're just suns on fire with the flames going upwards. So yeah, and they're just spinning around his head. Well, mm, yeah, they spin around his head. They're like ghosts. They're like ghosts. They're like spirits just floating around your head and shit like that. So yeah, like ghosts. Let me see if I can actually find that picture. I don't know if I still have it in the gallery. Wow. Yeah, I have it. Yeah, this one. He has those three flames around him. Yeah, the one you see, the one you see on the top right. It doesn't matter. I don't know where you're looking at it from, but like, okay, if you're looking at your phone like the wrong way, like weirdly, basically the one at the top and with the one on the two sides. I don't know how you're looking at your phone, but okay. Um, that one is red, and the one on the left side is blue, and you could already guess what the one on the bottom is. It's purple. So yeah, yes, I don't have to explain it. So Izuku, he turns around, and right as he turns around, it hits 1 o'clock. Yes, perfect meeting, isn't it? Yeah. And that's it for part three. Yeah. Now I'm gonna get to part four. Yes, I told you guys I was gonna do part four in this, and I'm doing part four in this. I was telling you guys like I'm doing part four in this, and I'm actually doing it. So yeah. So Izuku, he turns around, Midnight sees his face. Izuku knows who he is, and he does who she is, and he doesn't say a word. And yeah, Midnight sees him, and she starts crying, and he runs to him. She runs to him and hugs him, and she is yelling. I don't know how to do those girl types cries. I don't do girl type voices. I'm not really good with like girl type voices. I'm good with like babies crying like "Wah," and shit like that, but like nah. Like just like imagine how like Mikasa was crying when she found out Air when she saw when Aaron was all when she did like the heartbeat thing on Aaron and saw that his heart was beating, and how she sounded like while she was crying. So yeah, she sounds like that basically, but like without the like breaks every time she cries like shit like that. Yeah, so it's like one big cry. So yeah, that's how it sounds. So yeah, it's basically like one big cry. So Izuku, he doesn't hug back, not because he doesn't care, because like I said, he can't think for himself. Yes, Izuku Midoriya, the character I made, cannot think for himself. Oh, I have big brains and I like it. So yeah, he can't think for himself. You probably get the gist. So yeah, he can't think for himself. And yeah, he can't really think for himself. You probably get the gist. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. And Midnight sees that she's not hugging back, and she's wondering why. So she takes off the rag. So she tries to take off the rag. Izuku mutters out, "No, no." And the actuality dragon and fiction dragon says, "Izuku, it's okay. She's probably one of the only people that can actually look into your eyes at the moment. So yeah. So don't worry about it." And he says okay to the dragons, and she takes it off and she looks into his eyes, and she sees that his eyes are like a void type black. And she starts crying, and she's saying, I'm sorry, Izuku. I'm sorry. Because she obviously knows that Izuku, mom, she knows why. Probably she thinks she knows. Like she's thinking like it's probably because his mom died and he didn't know and shit like that. And she was like, I'm sorry. And Izuku says, it's okay. And yeah. So Izuku. So yeah. We're currently in part four. If you're not paying attention to the storyline, we're in part four right now. So yeah, Izuku, he goes to live with Midnight because he currently has no home. Like he has no home whatsoever. So he is currently living with Midnight. He is currently living with Midnight and so forth. And in this, Midnight's gonna adopt him. She's not a ship. In this one, of course, she is not a ship. So yeah, she adopts him. The dragon of existence, the dragon S to be exact. Those dragons. Remember if you weren't paying attention to the storyline and the parts before, the dragons are married to Izuku. They are not male dragons. They are female dragons. They are dragoness. Cause in the dragon clan, females are viewed upon as the strongest due to the fact that they are mothers, and without them, there wouldn't be a dragon clan to begin with. So yeah. So females are highly respected in the Dragon Clan. Izuku, he highly respects females, even if he wasn't in the Dragon Clan, so he still respects them, even if he's not in the Dragon Clan, so yeah. So, he loves them. I'm actually gonna keep it on this picture for now. Hold up. Ooh, oh yeah, I deleted those. Doesn't matter. Hold up. What do I want to put it on this time? I'll put it on this one. This is actually my favorite one right now. So yeah. So, he does that. He does that, and she's living with Midnight. Midnight helps him take a shower. She does not wash that part down there. she lets Izuku do that. Not because she get horny, because well, she is going to be a future mother, and mothers do not do that with their kids because they would be viewed upon as pedos, and that shit is called sexual harassment. So if you're an adult out there and you think, oh, let me have a relationship with a child, in America, you're called a pedo, a pedophile. Pedophilia is on. I'm not doing no Alabama shit on this. You know that, right? I will never do Alabama shit on this. So, yes. Hmm. Actually, can you guys answer this question for me? So, if you're a boy, if girls and boys can answer this, it doesn't matter. Even if if it's not based on gender or shit like that. So if you're a girl and you're dating like twins, like if you're dating twins that's a boy and a girl, or a boy, or a girl, wouldn't that shit count as Alabama? Like, wouldn't that shit count as like you're doing that Alabama shit? Cause like your siblings dating each other, but like I don't understand it. Like, can y'all answer it to me for me in the comments? Like, I feel like it is like in my opinion, I feel like it's Alabama shit. Cause well, your siblings and shit like that. So yeah, but we're not talking about Alabama shit right now. So midnight, most of y'all niggas, like if you're freaky, you're probably thinking, oh, Midnight probably got that, like they're about to go to bed. So most of y'all freaky niggas, y'all probably thinking, oh, Midnight got that gown. She got the sleeping gown. No, 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 she's not. She does not have no sleeping gown in my what if. No, she has a onesie. Yes, a onesie. Imagine the cuteness. Oh yes, a onesie. If you can't imagine that, your imagination is doo doo, and you have no brains whatsoever. So yeah, she has a onesie in Izuku's side because she was gonna give that to Izuku for his birthday, but he happened to die before his birthday even came. Oh my god. So yeah, Aizawa, Vlad, and Hazashi are depressed. Nezu, he's not depressed because he knows Izuku is still out there. Because this nigga, he has high hopes. He has high hopes for Izuku's well being. Like, he has the highest hope for Izuku's well being more than anybody, apart from Aizawa and Midnight. So yeah. So Hazashi, Aizawa, and Hazashi, also known as Mike. Yes, not that type of Hazashi. Not Hazashi Midoriya. No, Hazashi Midoriya. He dipped. He moved on to another family. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. So nah, to be honest, Izuku, he could have clapped All For One in that battle between All For One and All Might. He just didn't want to interfere because he wanted to see All Might suffer for real quick, and he did by seeing All Might lose his thing. So yeah, his power, yeah, and seeing that Izuku and Bakugo was hurt in this one. I'll probably do in What If Deku was abandoned. I'm currently thinking of the power to give Izuku for Izuku was abandoned. I'll probably do something like he does the Buddhist meditation shit like that, like what Buddha did to find out like the meaning of like the world and stuff like that. Like, I currently don't know the meaning of life myself, but like probably like doing what Buddha did and shit like that. So yeah, or he'll just do some martial arts shit, or I'll give him like another power or something. No anime power. No anime power. Like, no anime power. But I'll give y'all the choice to tell me what you want his power to be. So currently, the ones I have in mind are like, let me tell you like the two ones like I said before. What if no, not what if Deku. What if Issei was betrayed, and what if Deku was abandoned? So yeah. I'm currently thinking about those ones, but I'm mostly thinking about what if Deku was betrayed, which is this one. Yes. I put a lot of effort into what I do. So yes. Alright. Alrighty then. So, ooh, where was I? Yes. Onesies. Midnight, she does not have a bunny onesie. She does not have a bunny onesie. I said cute. I said cute, not sexual. She has a cat onesie. Izuku does not have a bunny onesie. He has a puppy onesie with the saggy ears. Because the motherfuckers be cute as hell. Like, legitimate cute. If you ever saw a puppy like that, them niggas is cute. Alright. Now, since Izuku can't think for himself, nor does he sleep much because, well, his mother died, he still eats because, well, before, well, Inko died, she told him when he was young, I don't care, I don't give a damn if you're depressed, have anxiety, or anything, or if I'm gone, I want you to eat. So he followed what his mom told him. He's such a good child, he is. So yeah, Midnight holds him tightly, pushes his face into her breast. Not that type, not seductively, just presses him, and sings him a lullaby while caressing his head, like slowly caressing his head, and sings him a lullaby so he can fall asleep, and he does fall asleep, getting sleep in the past. This is like his first time sleeping in the past year. No, yes, in the past year. So yes. So Izuku, the next day he goes to the adoption center with Midnight, and they say, "Good morning, Miss Midnight. Why are you here today? And are you here to adopt somebody?" And she says, "No, I'm actually here. I'm actually here to adopt somebody, but he is currently next to me." And she says, "Oh, him? Who is he?" And Izuku, he is about to stutter and not stutter, mumble and say Izuku Midoriya, but Midnight says, "It's fine, sweetie. I know you don't feel like talking. You haven't talked in months, so I won't make you say it yourself." And the person's wondering, why is she so nice to that person? And Midnight says, "This is Izuku Midoriya." And the receptionist hears this and she says, "Izuku Midoriya, the one?" And Midnight says, "Yes, that one." And and the receptionist says, "Okay." And Midnight says, "Please don't tell anyone else about him being alive." And she says, "Alright." So yeah, that happens. And yes, that, yeah. I'm still saying yeah a lot. I'm sorry. I like I said, it's hard to think when you're distracted. I'm multitasking right now. I'm not doing anything physical, but I'm watching like a video while I'm saying this. Not like a video of another YouTuber doing a what if now. I'm watching food compilations. Yes. When I listen to what ifs, I watch food compilations. I like food a lot. Well, mostly desserts. Cause like I don't eat that much sweets. So yeah. So Izuku, he gets adopted, and we're gonna do a time skip, not that big of a time skip now. It's just gonna be like a 2 week time skip. And this time, Narumi, Izuku's name, it's still Izuku, but it's Izuku Kayama, which is Midnight's last name. Midnight's last name is Narumi Kayama. So Izuku's last name is Izuku Kayama. And it also says that Midnight is ranked number 18 on the Pro Hero ranking. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it at we're gonna keep it at that. So yeah, and you're probably wondering, how is Midoriya going to be in a relationship with Mount Lady if her and Midnight have like an argument about which one looks hotter? Yeah, about that. Midnight and Mount Lady, they decided like they both look wonderful, they both look beautiful, they look sexy, thick, and shit like that. And they said, "All right, we acknowledge each other as beautiful women, young women, and stuff like that." So yeah, they acknowledged each other, and yeah, so they don't argue no more and shit like that. So yeah, that's currently one of the people that he's gonna meet. The other two are obviously Ryuko and Mirako, but they don't know Izuku's alive yet. So Midnight tells them, "Let's meet in like 2 days. I want you to meet somebody I recently adopted, and we adopted a son. But you guys will know his name when we get there and stuff like that. And they say okay, and they plan the day, and they said they would the time would be 5. Yes, it would be 5. So yeah, they would be going to not they would be going to not a yes, a seafood restaurant. They will be going to a seafood restaurant because it's going to be near a beach. Not Meg, damn, Degama Beach or not Degama Beach. No, not that beach. No, not that beach. They're not going to Degama Beach. Some other beach and shit like that. Yeah, they'll be going to some other beach. So yeah. Have you ever noticed that every time you say beach, you're kind of saying bitch at the same time? I noticed that a long time ago. I don't like saying beach that much. See, you hear it right? Bitch, beach. So yeah. So Izuku, he is currently playing with his foxes. He's playing with this one, this one, this one. So he's currently playing with them. And Midnight already knows about them and stuff like that. And Izuku, he actually has fairies around him. Midnight does not see the fairies because she can't see fairies, but she knows about the fairies because Izuku told her. So yeah. And there happened to be a time where I was actually talking to Izuku via hologram, and Midnight saw me and said, "Who are you?" And Izuku explained who I am. I was his father figure while he was recovering, or to be exact, while he was on Pluto. She doesn't know about Pluto, but like she knows about like how he was with somebody else, and that person was me and my wife. So yeah, I didn't explain about like what quirks are and shit like that to her. No, never. Instead, I told Izuku to take the drawback of her quirk away. I don't know what the drawback is. Let me search it up. Hold up. All right, so basically they did not say anything about the drawback, but like I think I get it, like, cause like he's always wearing tight clothes, so yeah, that's probably the drawback. Cause the fact like it's a fog that's always around her, so I think that's the drawback. So yeah, that's probably the drawback. So yeah, so they planned on the time 5 o'clock for the meeting. Izuku Midnight tells Izuku in 2 days and stuff like that. Izuku says, "Okay, mom." And Midnight got used to be calling that because when she got first called that, she started blushing. Nezu doesn't know about this. Aizawa does not know that he was adopted. Aizawa was actually planning, oh, if I see Problem Child again, I'm gonna adopt him. But he's a little too late for that. I apologize. Actually, I'm gonna do that for what if Deku was no, did I say cheated on? Huh? Fucking edit. No, what if Issei was betrayed? Hmm. I was doing an Attack on Titan. Yeah. I'll think about which one to put Aizawa adopting him in. Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about that later. Later or later on in life. Yeah, later on in life. It's not. I'm not talking about like I'll be quitting YouTube. That's for some time now. So yeah, I'll probably be having a hard time posting when I get to college. I'm currently in high school right now, so yeah, I'm in ninth grade. So I have 4 years to be with you guys. Probably posting like daily, weekly videos. So yeah, so you should probably be grateful for the time we have right now, and like most of you are grateful as hell. I'm actually happy for the support you guys have been giving me. I'm really grateful for that. Cause like when I first made my first video, I was not so great at it, and I was like, shit, they're definitely not gonna like me. Like I understand it's my first video, but like I'm trying to like set a good impression, stuff like that. So yeah. So The day for them to meet comes. And the girls, they say, okay, goodbye, and stuff like that. They go home to change. Alright, so Midnight gets home. She's like, Izuku, get up. We have to take a shower. We have to get ready to meet them. Izuku says, okay, mom. And yeah, Midnight goes into the shower with Izuku. She showers Izuku. Izuku still washes down there by himself. And yeah, they go. No, not go. Yeah, let me tell how he looks. His clothes to be exact. Izuku, he has my style of clothes basically. He's wearing a white button down, not like the short sleeve. Nah, it's a long sleeve button down shirt. And button down shirt. Yeah, button. Yeah, but a white button down shirt. A white button down shirt with black jeans, not baggy jeans, like skinny jeans, not too skinny though, not like skin tight, but skinny jeans. And yeah, that type of clothes. He's wearing that. Yes, you could probably imagine it. And he's wearing gloves. Izuku, he is always wearing gloves. No matter what type of style clothes he's wearing, he's always wearing gloves. He is always wearing gloves now. So yeah, he is for this one. He is wearing black gloves, and he has black shoes on. I'm not gonna say like any type of shoes that he's wearing. No, I'm not trying to get like I'm not trying to get sued or some shit like that. So yeah, he's just wearing some brand shoes or some shit. So yeah, some shoe brands, some shit in Japan. I don't know any shoe brands, but okay. So yeah, so he's wearing black shoes, not dress shoes, just like sneakers, some black sneakers. And Naomi, she's not wearing a. She's wearing Actually, she's wearing a dress. Yeah, she's wearing a dress. Yes, she is wearing a dress. Actually, no. She's wearing light blue jeans. She's wearing light blue jeans. Yeah. Light blue jeans, no rips in it, no tears, no. Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. And they get there and they're just waiting for the girls to arrive. Izuku, he has actually this fox with him. The other foxes, they're playing with the dragons. You might be thinking they're foxes and they're dragons. They won't get along. Well, in this one, they're getting along. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. They're they're both strong ass mystical creatures. They are going to get along. I don't care. They are strong ass mystical creatures. They are getting along perfectly fine. Cause those dragons are like mothers, and take in mind, these are baby kitsunes. So yes, you probably get the gist. So yeah, that happens. And like my taste of like friends or like people I like to be around, like you might be thinking, oh, like I'm gonna tell you this now. My taste of people I like to be around is probably females, not because like oh they're beautiful and shit like that. Nah, because they will actually let me like have peace of mind, quiet. Like, all right, like for quiet people, you probably like to be like near the no, like you'd probably like to be alone. But like for me, if I'm gonna be with a group with somebody, it's gonna be like females, cause I know females they will talk to each other and they won't mind me being there, cause they know I won't really care what they're doing as long as they don't do anything like dangerous. So yeah, and I don't like being near the boys a lot because well you probably get the gist. I like being quiet and well the boys. So yeah. So let's continue. So Izuku, ooh, we made it to an hour. Yay, we celebrate. We have a moment of quietness for a whole minute now. So, yeah, do anything you want for this 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute is over now. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Haha, yeah. So yeah, actually, I'm actually gonna use that meme in the sports festival to make something funny out of it. Oh yes. Our resident victim to that prank is going to be, of course, the fastest nigga, Sonic. Ida Tanya. Little shit. Alright then. Kids, if you're watching this, if you ever say shit in the future, don't say it around your parents. I know shit you're probably gonna understand this in the future. Shit means poop, but still, the way people use it, do not say that word in the future in front of your parents. That will get you severely grounded and hurt. So yes, watch what you say and shit like that. Don't say the F word, B word, or shit. Don't say those. So yeah, even though this is public for adults, even though this is public for kids too, I still want to make this kid friendly. It's still kid friendly. It's a story, so yeah. I won't explain like I'll say that they die. I'll explain like I'll sugarcoat how they die, but I won't be talking about like blood and stuff like that. No. So yeah. So they get there. Izuku, he currently has his head on the table. He is sleeping. He has this pillow with him. He always has a pillow with him. He always has a pillow with him. He's mini me. He has to have sleep. He has to be sleepy. He's sleepy boy. He's the residential sleepy boy. So yeah, he has a pillow with him. He has it on the table and he's sleeping. He doesn't drool. He doesn't make any noise. He doesn't snore. I don't snore. I don't drool. I have not if I'm drooling. It's actually drooling only happens when I'm in a deep sleep. I don't sleep. I don't really get into deep sleeps. To be honest, for me, when I'm sleeping, I'm half awake and half asleep at the same time. So I would know anything that happens to me. So like if there's a robber in my room, I will definitely fucking know. You're fucking robbing me. Once your back's turned, I'm sorry, but like you're gonna have to die or be knocked out for that period of time when the police come. So yeah, that's happening. So yeah. So they got there, they're just waiting for the girls. Alright, the girls arrive. Let me explain what they're wearing. Ryuku and Mount Lady are wearing a dress. Ryuku is not wearing her normal dress. No. No, she is not. She is wearing a dress that goes to the knees. She's wearing the residential red dress, of course. And Mount Lady is wearing a blue dress. Of course. And it's not like some fancy ass place. Nah, it's a 5 star. It's a 5 star restaurant. Yeah, but like it's not like that type of fancy ass place. Cause like they're near the beach. It's supposed to be like a place where like you have fun after you're done eating and stuff like that. So yeah, you probably understand it. So Miracle, she's wearing the same type of pants that Narumi's wearing, which are light blue jeans and yeah, light blue jeans, and she's wearing a shirt that says "Pow" because well, she plans to go. She knows where the place is. She plans to go in the water afterwards with everybody else. So they go there. They see Narumi and Izuku. They don't know it's Izuku. They just see a person sleeping, laying his head down, sleeping, and it's a round. Yeah, it's a round table. It's a round table, and Mount Lady sits next to Midnight and Ryuku. No, not Ryuku. Miracle sits next to Izuku, and Ryuku sits in between those two. And those three look at Izuku and they ask, who, who are you? Who is he? And Midnight says, this is my son. Sweetie, wake up. And Izuku says, okay, mom. And they say, what's his name? And Midnight says his name is Izuku Kayama. And the girls, they hear Izuku. They immediately start crying. And they get up and they all hug Izuku and they start saying, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. And Midnight, she knows everything that Izuku's thinking. Like, her and Izuku are connected in a way, and she says, "Guys, it's okay. Izuku is not pissed off at you. He's more pissed off at All Might, Bakugo, Ochako Uraraka, and Ida Tenya." And they're wondering why. And Midnight, she tells them that they're the reason why he is dead, because before he even died, All Might stomped on his fucking chest like the fucking crackhead he is. Bakugo explodes his face. Ochako Uraraka, being the hoe of the year, kicks my mans in the nuts. If you are a female and you think, oh, it's a great idea to punch or kick a boy in the nuts as revenge, it's not. It's really not. See, what you're doing is not only hurting their pride, you are also hurting their kids, their family's legacy, their lineage, their ancestors, their descendants, and their descendants' descendants. So what you are doing is not hurting one man, but every man, every future male in his family, to be exact. So I wouldn't recommend it. But most of the time, the shit that boys be doing deserves it. They do deserve it. So I'm only gonna say this to you boys now. Watch what you say to a girl, how you act, how you treat them. Alright? And if you cheat on a girl, I'm only gonna say this now. If you get kicked in the nuts, you did that to yourself. Like, for real, for real. So yeah. They sit down, they enjoy their meal, and oof, oof. They sit down, they enjoy their meal, and the waiter comes and says, "What can I get you ladies to drink?" Midnight says, "I would like tea. I would like tea." Midnight, Ryuku, Mirako. Mirako says, "I want carrot juice." She wants carrot juice. Yes, she wants carrot juice. Mirako wants carrot juice. She's a rabbit, so her quirk is basically rabbit. You get her quirk is rabbit. You get the gist. She gets carrot juice. Miracle, Midnight, and Ryuku they get tea. Izuku he says I want water. Like he legitimately says I want water. And Midnight says okay, you can have water. And the girls are wondering why aren't you telling him to get like something sweet? And Midnight says Izuku he doesn't really drink any sweet drinks that much or eat sweets. He mostly drinks water. So there's that. Okay. So yeah. So while they eat, so it's time for them to order food. Miracle salad because she wants to stay on a diet. She's already healthy as it is, but she just like wants to get like even like she wants to get stronger. She wants to eat healthy shit. So yeah. And Izuku he says I want steak. Izuku he gets steak. He gets steak. Miracle, no, not Miracle. Midnight and Ryuku they get shrimp, and Mount Lady she wants a salad because she wants a salad. She ate junk food today, so she was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a salad. So yeah, while they're eating, Izuku he went to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom. Convenient, right? And they said Midnight already knows that they like him. She already knows she's cool with it. She doesn't really care, cause well, Izuku he's gonna. She already knows he's gonna be a bottom due to how he acts. She's like, ho ho, he's about to be a bottom when he gets his girlfriends. So yeah. So they say, so are you gonna bring him back to UA? And Midnight says, yeah, he is. And yeah. So they plan on bringing Izuku back to UA. And the next day, Midnight she actually goes to UA and says, I'm coming back. My 1 year is over and stuff like that. And Nazu says, thank you. We're glad you're back. We've been having a hard time without you. Most of the students have been disrespectful to the other teachers because the teachers do not respect them after what happened to Izuku Midoriya, and they understand that, but they just want to be assholes. And Midnight says, "Yeah, yeah, I'm coming back." And then 5 days later, Midnight walks in with Izuku next to her, and she is holding his hand like a mother, like perfect mother. Like none of y'all noticed this, but like I feel like Midnight would be like a perfect mother, like mother of the year, apart from Best Mom Inko. So yeah, Best Mom Inko is watching Izuku from heaven, and Midnight she says, "Thank you for taking him in," stuff like that. So yes, that's happening. And Izuku, he in the so Izuku's necklace is basically two dragons that are making a heart, which is the dragon of life and death. But the jewel is the dragon of existence, and that jewel is an angel. That angel is basically a communication line between me and Izuku. It's also a communication line between Izuku and heaven. Yes, yes, heaven and hell and purgatory. And it's also communication between him and his mom. His mom obviously went to heaven. She's best mom Inko. She never betrayed Izuku. Why would y'all do why would y'all niggas grease best mom Inko like that, bro? But like anyways, so mm, so before Izuku even steps into the room, Nezu has a feeling if I make one sudden move that ticks him off, my life will go bye bye. Not from him, but something that is with him. So he has an instinct. Don't do any dumb shit. Don't bring all my in this. Do not bring class 1A. Don't do dumb shit. And he's sitting there, sweating bullets. And this man, he is fanning himself with his arm, saying, "Oh, it's hot in here. Midnight, you feel that? You're not hot." Midnight's like, "Okay, Izuku, stop intimidating him." Izuku says, "But I'm." And Midnight, no, she scratched that. She didn't say Izuku. She says, "Sweetie, stop intimidating him." And and Izuku says, "But I'm not doing it." And she says, "What?" And Izuku says, "It's probably the foxes." And she says, "Oh, oh, oh, oh." Then tell him to stop. And he says, "Oh, okay." And he says, it's actually this fox, the one that you see right now. Um, I'm gonna name this one Narrow. Yes, not based on narrow me, no, narrow, just narrow. So yeah, he tells Narrow to stop. Narrow stops, and yes. So Nezu's less calm. He's calm now, and yeah. So he says, Midnight, who is this?" And on the way there, Midnight saw Aizawa about to go into class. She takes Aizawa and drags him and stuff like that to Nezu's office. She saw Vlad and Hazashi were with him, stuff like that. All Might, he was with young Bakugo training or some dumb shit. And yeah, Gran Torino, he did not know about Izuku Midoriya, so yeah. After he found out about Izuku Midori in the All for One fight, he told All Might he's stupid, and he said, "Don't bring that Bakugo Katsuki shit nigga to me ever. Like, never. I'm not training him." And stuff like that. So yeah. So Bakugo, he's completely pissed at Izuku, even though Izuku was not even fucking there. Like, they're the reasons he's fucking dead, and you're pissed at him? This man should be pissed at you. But we're not gonna talk about that. They're gonna get what they deserve later. So yeah, he says, "Who is this?" And she says, "Aizawa, shut the door and lock it." And she shuts the door and lock it. He says, "Sweetie, put the barrier up." Izuku, he puts a sound barrier, making it so that nobody on the outside can hear what's happening inside. And she says, "This is Izuku Kayama." So yeah, that happens. And right when they hear Izuku, they start bawling, and they said, "Is it really him?" Aizawa, he's actually the first one to get up, and he says, "Problem child." And Izuku, he turns around and says, "Hey, Mister Aizawa." And Aizawa, he runs to him and says, "Problem child," and he's crying. And after that touching reunion, they all said, "Wait, Kayama," and and Nezu puts two and two together, and he says, "Wait, so you adopted him?" And Midnight says, "Yeah, I adopted him." So yeah, that happens. All right. So she says, "So what do you want to do?" She said, "I want him to be put back in class one. I want him to be put back into UA in class 1A." She said, he says, "Okay, but he has to take the first test first." And they go to the training ground. No other teachers there apart from those teachers. I think five. Those five, right? Yeah, those five. Yes, mental counting is one of the best things I can ever do. So yeah, those five. And they see and they go, and before before Izuku goes and takes the test, Midnight says, "Izuku, when it comes to the when it comes to the when it comes to the fighting part, with the robots, don't go all out." And the teachers are wondering why is that. And yeah, Izuku says, "Okay, mom." Now Izuku, he passes the written exam with flying colors and so forth. So yeah, and that happens. So yeah, that happens. Hold up, let me do something real quick. And I'm gonna continue. All right, I'm back. All right, so Izuku, he raises up his hand, and Izuku has an earpiece in this because, well, they don't know what he's saying. They can't hear what he says. So Midnight sees him lift up his arm, and she says, "Izuku, don't use too much power when you're doing this one." And Izuku says, "Oh, okay." And what he does, he lifts up his hand, and take in mind, Midnight already told Nezu ahead of hand to put out the zero pointer, and he did. And no, and Izuku, he lifts up his hand and says, "Boom." And they all explode at the same time. And the teacher is there saying, "What is his power?" And Midnight says, "I can't tell you that. That's classified." And they say, "Why is that?" And they don't tell him about God, me being God, but she says somebody who's really important to this world, actually stronger than, well, All Might, well, they're stronger than this planet combined, says not to tell you his power. And they say, "Okay," and yeah. So, that happens. Izuku, he passes with flying colors, and so forth. So, Midnight says Izuku can start coming to school in 2 days, and Midnight says, "Can he not wear uniform?" And they say, "Why is that?" And she says, "Izuku, he is not comfortable with wearing the clothes, with wearing the uniform, and it will be bad if he is uncomfortable." And yeah, they say, "Okay." And 2 days later, he goes into the class, and he is wearing, well, black button-down shirt, black pants. Izuku, he will never wear light blue pants. I'm saying this now. He's always gonna wear black jeans, and he's wearing different sneakers this time. This time the sneakers are white, and he's wearing white gloves this time. Yes, his gloves are white, and this time he has the nine-tailed the fox in his hand. This time he has this fox in his hand. Yeah, this one. And it's currently sleeping on his head. His hair is currently white, and yeah. So Izuku, he walks in, and they don't say his name. They say, "We have a new student," and they say, "You can sit." He says, Aizawa says, "You can sit down." The class is saying, "Can we know his name?" He says, "No, not once. We don't give a not once. You don't serve his name." And they say, Okay, damn." So yeah, Izuku, he goes to sit down, and immediately he takes out his pillow and goes to sleep. And yeah, he sleeps. He sleeps. Now it's Midnight's class. Yes, it's Midnight's class. Ida already asked why he's not wearing the uniform, and he says that's none of your business. Ida Tenya is it now? Now sit down. And yeah, that happens. So it's after class. Ida gets the smart idea. Let me wake him up. Let me wake him up. And right as he's about to touch Midoriya, Midnight says, "If you lay a hand on my son, I will kill you, Ida Tenya." And she says that in a menacingly scary ass voice. So Ida stops right where she is, and the students say, "What son?" And she says, "Yes, this is my son. Don't touch him." And Ida says, Okay, ma'am." So yeah, that happens, and he's currently sleeping. Azawa's sleeping. He put a barrier on. Well, before, and yeah, Midnight woke up Izuku and says, "Sweetie, can you put a barrier around who around him?" And Izuku, he said, Okay, mom. Okay, mom. Okay, mom. Damn, I'm not good with saying voices. I'm really not. He says, Okay, mom. And so yeah, that happens. Hold up, real quick. And Aizawa, he is sleeping the soundest sleep that he's ever slept in many years. And Midnight's thing is over. And Midnight goes to Izuku. She hugs him, kisses him on the forehead. And yeah. All Might, he does the same dumb shit he does. Runs into the class and says, "I'm running in the class like a normal person." Now, Aizawa and Naomi gets pissed off at this and says, "Shut the fuck up, All Might. Somebody's sleeping." And All Might sees Izuku sleeping. He's like, "Who's that?" And they say, "None of your fucking business." Like, for real, they said that. And All Might says, "Damn, fine." And they say, "We're going to be doing heroes versus villains and stuff like that." So, they do that. They do the heroes versus villains. Same team. No, not same teams this time. This time, it's him and Momo versus Uraraka and Ida. Yes. No. Him and Momo versus Bakugo and Ida. You might be thinking, oh, he's gonna do some really sick thing. Nah. He's saving that for the sports festival. Or for what he's gonna do to them. Izuku, he just teleports and touches the bomb. And All Might says, and All Might, he's pissed about this because he was expecting Bakugo to win. And he says, "Hero team wins." And Bakugo and Ida are wondering, what? And I was like, the hell? And Bakugo, he tries to go in an explosion at Izuku. Izuku kicks him, like, out of the building through 3 other buildings. And Bakugo can't move. Shit like that. Recovery Girl told All Might, "I'm not healing your fucking successor. I don't like him. He's fucking cunt." So yeah. So none of the so yeah, those teachers are not friends with All Might. They don't fuck with All Might like they used to. They said, "Fuck All Might. Until you got the approval of Izuku Midoriya, bro, you're not talking to us, and we're not talking to you." Izuku and All Might says, "Fine. That fucking villain's not gonna come back any." He says, "Fine. Keep believing in that villain." So yeah. And they go back to class. They get their lesson from President Mike, who is who is in a happy mood. Like, all the teachers have been in a happy mood lately. And yeah. So the bell rings and it's lunchtime, and the class is leaving, and the class is packing up their things, and President Mike says, "Young Kayama," and Izuku wakes up and says, "Yes." He says, "Come with me. Your mother wants you to eat with her." And he says, "Okay." So yeah. They go to the teacher's lounge and they're eating. And Midnight and Izuku did not come with food. Not because they didn't want food, is because Izuku's power allows him to manipulate, make food, make food with just what he says. Like I said, his power, anything he thinks of will happen. And yes, so he goes to the teacher's lounge and he sees Aizawa, Vlad King, Midnight, and Nezu just sitting there waiting for Izuku, and they said, "Hello there, Izuku. Please come sit down." And Nezu's wondering, Midnight, why didn't you bring food? And Midnight says, "Oh, don't worry about that. Izuku's got it covered." And they're wondering what? Izuku says, and then Izuku says, "Food materialize." And the food basically materializes, and they're wondering, is that even edible? And Izuku says, yeah, it is. And they said, okay. So they're eating, and yeah. Nezu brings up the golden question and says, Young Izuku, where have you been for the past year? And Izuku mutters, blank. He mutters, blank. I'm not gonna say what he says, and that's where we're gonna end it off here for part 4. For part 5, I'll probably put it out in 2 days or 3 or even tomorrow. So yeah. So that's it for this part. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know I talked a lot. I made this really long. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And you can share it with your friends if you want. I'm not asking you to subscribe and like. I'm not asking again. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm not asking you to like. Just asking you enjoy it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, guys, and goodbye.